of the night. What demons lurk in the dark or in the light? But why do you cry in the middle of the night? Who broke your heart? Do you now remember?
Howdy, and welcome to the Mighty
Who broke
Muddy
your
Chuck
heart?
Channel. I be
That you
Chuck.
Do you remember back when, so long ago?
Now lower the camera so.
Do you know? Do you know? Do you know?
Give me more applause, baby. Give me more applause.
Give me more applause, baby. Come on. You know you love me.
You know you love me. You gotta love me. You gotta praise me. You gotta want me.
Oh yeah, baby, you gotta want me.
Come on, baby. Clap those hands.
Yeah, hurrah! I would whistle, but I can't.
I say, clap those hands. That's right.
That's
Clap
right.
those hands.
Clap those hands. Clap them good.
Clap them good. Don't stop now. Keep going.
Oh, why? Now, you may watch that video and you may think, oh my God, he's so fat. And okay, so I guess that's valid. But in fairness, my goal is to get my waist back down to 36. I want to get my weight back down to 36. Right now, it's just 37. Now, I wear baggy clothes, which puts it at 38. And my clothes, I'm wearing layered clothes. So that makes me look a little heavier. I've got this coat on, a shirt on, then an undershirt on. And the pants I've got are pleated, and pleated pants always makes you look a little bit more. And not just down there, but, just overall. Yeah, so that I've got that going on. But, okay, in this video, what I wanted to talk about, and I'll start it in a second. Now, obviously, I was talking about waist size, not actual weight, but waist size, which actually is probably more important than, that weight that tends to go up and down. It's your waist size that really matters. That's my opinion. I don't know any doctor that's ever said that. They don't take a tape measure and measure around your stomach. They have you get on a scale, But I think waist size tends to matter. And yeah, my waist is too big right now. I want to get it down to 36. Weight-wise, if you're actually wondering, I'll tell you what my weight is. I'm 128. Go a lot big. I tell you what, there was a period there that my weight was that low when I was younger. And I'm not talking about 2 or 3 or 4. I'm talking about when I was in my 20s. But something happened around 30 or 40. It was like, I don't really remember when I started getting fat. I was on prednisone during the period, and that's part of what started pushing it up. But part of it's just eating good. Because you take prednisone, you're going to eat better. I mean, that's part of the point of it is so you try to get you more healthy. You eat better. You're in less pain and all that good stuff. But yeah, my actual weight is around it varies because of health issues I have. But my weight varies between like 195 and 198. I am below 200. Now, at one point, I was like 230, 240. And I don't really want to get extra skinny because actually I did during a period when I was going through hell, basically. My weight did drop down to 175 or thereabouts. And I looked awful. My face, oh my God, my face. You might think my face looks bad now. My face looks worse when I'm skinny. It really does. I mean, I look like death walking for a period there. So I mean, I don't want to get back skinny like that. I want to get my waist back down around 36 inches. That's about where I want it. And you may ask why that number, why that particular number? Because I have a bunch of old blue jeans. 36. And I really would like to start back wearing them. I don't want to have to buy some new blue jeans. The blue jeans I'm wearing now and all, they're getting holier and holier. I mean, holier and holier. They want to really start going to church. They're so holy. Yeah, they got big holes in them. Yeah, and church wouldn't like that. I probably wouldn't like me going to church with a bunch of big old holes in my blue jeans. Chuck, you're supposed to wear a suit when you go to church. Well, I don't know. It's been a while since I've been. It's been a while since I've been. Yes, it has. Now, what I'm going to talk about in this video is Troy Black. And to be clear, I do not mean to put him down. If you hear what I'm saying as though I'm trying to put him down, no, that's never my intent. It's not my intent to put anybody down, ever. But he was talking about how some people are referring to Kim Clement. You know, Kim Clement's dead now, but back whenever, you know, way before a lot of people thought that Trump would be president, he was talking about the coming Trump presidency. And to be clear, I was not familiar with Kim Clement at that point, but I also, back in 2011, I'm not sure when Kim Clement started talking about it, but in 2011, I started talking about the coming Trump presidency because I saw it happening. Well, I also talked about troops being in D.C. I wrote a song back during that period, If the FBI Never Made Your Mama Cry. So I was definitely pulling in information from the other side, as well as just my usual blarney, of course. But Kim Clement, he was giving a lot of sermons in his church, and he was talking about Trump, Pence, actually, because he was referring back to the first election. Now, what Troy Black is trying to say is that a lot of people are going back to the Kim Clement sermons, prophetic word from God, and Troy Black is concerned that they may be misrepresenting what Kim Clement intended to say. They may be twisting his words around. And they tend to do that with a lot of people that speak to what's going to happen in the future. You know, it goes back to the Bible itself. And I know this may offend to some people, but what you read into the Bible, I can read back out. Interpretation is difficult. If you tend to be, I wouldn't say totally psychic, but say just partially psychic, or get messages through your dreams, sometimes it's very difficult to interpret what you're seeing, what's being revealed to you. It's not at all, at times it's not at all clear. So you may actually misrepresent or misinterpret what you're seeing through dreams, or just, you know, thoughts that's coming into your head, or what have you. But Troy Black, he was basically saying that, you know, he says it like this, though it's a message from God through him, that he's simply the conveyor of the message. I forget exactly how he phrases it, but in other words, basically God's using him as a tool to spread the word. And again, I'm not trying to put him down or anything like that. Troy Black is Troy Black. I think he says some good stuff. I think he may be partially wrong on some stuff he says. But even when he says wrong stuff, I don't really think he's coming from a bad place. I think he's coming from a good place. It's just, you know, like I said, everybody, whether it's through dreams or through, you know, prophetic word or auto writing or whatever, it's not altogether easy to interpret what message is being delivered. And also, you know, Troy Black always says, you know, it's a word from God. But actually, there's two forces in this world. There is the demonic force. There is the God complex, or the angelic voice, however you want to phrase it. Sometimes you're hearing from the angelic voice. Sometimes you're hearing from the demonic voice. If you're sensitive to the other side, the odds are at different points you're going to hear from both both the demonic and the angelic. And you've really got to be able to separate that out. And sometimes it's not that easy to separate it out. Now, I'm not saying God didn't save Trump to try to save the United States. I'm not suggesting that at all. I'm just trying to make a point that just because Trump was saved from, the attempted assassination, we all want to believe that it was God who saved him because he believes that Trump will be able to lift America up, reform America, turn America around, make America a better nation in which we live. We all want to believe that. And I hope that's correct. But you've got to be aware that there is that demonic force. There's that yin and yang. There's two sides of the coin. And even people that are blessed sometimes get off on the wrong track. Sometimes they can't separate, the good from the bad. Whether it's a word from the God complex or whether it's a word from the demonic forces. You don't always know for sure. And not only that, you're not always sure what you're saying is correct. I mean, sometimes it may just be coming from your imagination, neither angelic or demonic, but just simply where you're on this track. You're in this creative mode. You have your imagination going, and you may simply be creating stuff in your own head. Especially if you're auto writing, sometimes there's a huge mixture of stuff when you're auto writing. And most writers at times, you say you're writing pure fiction, that's your intent to write. But when it's very easy to slip into that auto writing mode, especially if you're sensitive. And it can be a mixture. It can be a mixture of, the God complex, the demonic forces, and just simply your own creative juices flowing. It can be all of the above. So I'm not saying what Troy Black is saying is not a valid warning, but my point is that's always true. It's not something new. It's always true. You go back to the Gnostics and some of the things that were being said by the Gnostics. Some of it is totally valid, and some of it may be less valid or just out and out wrong. And it's hard to separate, what's what. Now, Troy Black thinks it's easy to separate. I don't think it's so easy to separate. I was going to touch on some other subjects, but I think I'm going to put them in different videos. So I'm going to close right here. Much thanks for watching. I do appreciate it, and I do wish you well.